Hi and Assalamualaikum to Professor Madia Zaidi bin Muhammad Amiduddin. I am Ayuma Shara and my team from Group 2 will present about Singapore current economic, inflation and unemployment issues.
So, hello everyone. Now I can explain the introduction for Singapore. Singapore is a small witty city state with an open and trade-driven economy. It's a leading global business hub located at a geographically strategic location where the major east and west shipping route coverage. The country has stable government, strong rule of law, and effective regulatory system. It's a financial, shipping, and trade hub for the ASEAN Pacific region, and a perfect launchpad for the continent. Singapore's current economic policy refers to the measures and strategies implemented by the Singapore government to manage and promote economic growth, stability and development. This policy aims to address various economic challenges, leverage opportunities, and create a conducive environment for business, industry, and individuals. It's important to note that economic policies can change over time as per evolving economic conditions and government priorities. For the most accurate and up-to-date information on Singapore's current economic policies, it is advisable to refer to official government publication or consult reputable sources such as economic report and analysis. 5 key policy Singapore. 1. Fiscal. 2. International. 3. Reserve. 4. Taxes. And 5. Government procurement. First, Singapore fiscal policy. Singapore fiscal policy have helped to steward the country's progress over the years. They aim to create the conditions for macroeconomic stability, support economic growth, and promote social equity. We achieve this by maintaining a balanced budget, investing for the future, and ensuring a fair and progressive fiscal system. International policy. MOF seek to advance Singapore's interests in international finance and economic through active participation in the discussion of related issues on multilateral and region platforms such as ASEAN, ASEAN Plus 3, APEC, G20, and the Multilateral Development Bank. Taxes policy. They provide a key defense for Singapore in time of crisis. We cannot tell what crisis, natural calamities, pandemic, war, or economic crisis will hit us in future and what the scale of the damage will be. Our reserves are a strategic asset should a major crisis occur, allowing us to mount a decisive and effective response. Policy. Tax policy form an integral part of fiscal policy. Sound tax policy play an important role in ensuring that Singapore public finance are sustainable in the long term. Government procurement policy. Government procurement is the acquisition of goods and services via contract by ministry, department, organ of state and statutory board.
Definition of inflation is an increase in the price of goods and services. When the price level rises, each unit of currency buys only fewer goods and services. One main measure of price inflation is the inflation rate, which is the annual percentage change in a general price index, usually called the Consumer Price Index, over time. Singapore's core inflation rate remained unchanged at 5.1% in December compared to the same period last year. According official latest data release, small increase in the price of groceries and other goods. The core inflation rate doesn't include the cost of accommodation and private transport. The overall inflation rate fell slightly at 6.5% compared to 6.7% recorded last November. Based on the monthly comparison, the core inflation rate increased by 0.6% while the overall inflation rate increased by 0.2% due to slower rate private transport. In the same period, the general inflation rate increased to 6.1% from 2.3% in 2021. The next one is causes of inflation. Demand pull. Price of things go up when many countries with a strong economy were buying a lot of products. This made Singapore be able to sell more things and make more money. When people invest more money in Singapore, a lot of construction and building happening. Because of because all of this, the price go increase. The next one is cost push. Cost of import things in getting more expensive. The cost of energy and moving things around getting expensive when the price of oil goes up. Import foreign workers to work make things more expensive. More people wanted to work. High wages company had to pay to people. All of this made company had to charge higher for their products. Effect of inflation divided by two categories, which is first is positive effect. Make people do more saving instead of shopping and waste their money. This happens because of the saving interest rates that offered by bank is higher. For the debtors, inflation gives them advantage because of the interest rate. Next one is negative. When inflation rate is high, it will increase cost subsistence and reduce the standard of welfare society. Due to increased rate, general prices reduce their income and reduce their purchasing power. For individuals who have fixed income, their cost living becomes higher. The next one is how the Singapore country control their inflation. Inflation means the prices going up. Singapore Central Bank, called as Monetary Authority of Singapore, which is MAS, has decided to control the amount of money 4 times in 2022. This means they made it harder for people borrow money and spend it. This decision made to control the prices from going higher. On 14th of October, MAS had a meeting and they talked about how important Singapore dollar is worth compared to other currencies. This is their fifth time they made changes due to prices for things going up a lot, which is they would change the middle point of this rule, but the rest will stay. In November, price of things going up 5.1% and they expect price will go up by about 4% by next year on average.
Unemployment issues in Singapore. Definition. In order to be unemployed, a person must be actively seeking employment. It informs us about the state of the economy. An indicator of how many people are unemployed is the unemployment rate. In order to determine it, we look at the number of job seekers and the number of job seekers that are unsuccessful. Those who are eligible but do not have a job are sometimes given money by some governments. Measuring unemployment rate. The unemployment rate is the portion of workers in the labor force who are not already employed but are actively looking for a job. Numerous factors might cause changes in the unemployment rate. Even while a shift in the number of job searchers is the obvious explanation, The size of labor force may have an impact on the unemployment rate. There are three types of unemployment. The first one is fractional unemployment. The second one, structural unemployment. Third one is cyclical unemployment. Fractional unemployment. This form of an unemployment is frequently momentary. It also poses the various financial difficulties. It occurs when people freely change an employment. After quitting a company, it typically takes some time to find a new job. Similar to recent graduates, folks who are just started their job search also contribute to frictional unemployment. The second one, structural unemployment. Structural unemployment result from a technical change in the economic structure, where labor markets are located. The workers are who lose their occupation to technological innovation and are replaced with jobs that are no longer require risk losing their jobs. Two examples of such a transition are the automation of production and the replacement of horse-drawn conveyance with vehicles. And the last one is cyclical unemployment. Cyclical, cyclical unemployment refers to variation in the unemployment rate among the labor force during economic ups and downs, such as those brought on by changes in the price of oil. Unemployment rises during recession while falling during periods of economic expansions. Effect of unemployment. First one is individual effect. Stress and despair are prevalent symptoms for unemployed people. People struggle to keep up their current standards of life and pay their payments on time, and they are stressed out by uncontrollable events. Second one, social effect. Low quality housing, less recreational activities, limited access to public services and transportation, and underfunded schools are more prevalent in areas with high unemployment rates. And the last one, economic effect. The majority of costs fall into the debt loss category, which means that there are rarely any profits to offset the costs that everyone must cover. Depending on how it is derived, the unemployment rate can be interpreted in a variety of ways. Causes of unemployment in Singapore. Unemployment result when certain production variables are not used in the production of goods and services. The unemployment rate is the proportion of the labor force that is unemployed and actively seeking employment. The natural rate of unemployment range from 1% to 3%. Over time, Singapore's economy has changed, shifting from labor-intensive to capital-intensive industries. For conclusion, despite being a part of the global economy, Singapore's inflation may be impacted by development elsewhere. Singapore has maintained constant pricing for a very long time by using the same system of controlling money. Over the years, Singapore's economy has experienced reorganization, shifting from labor intensive to capital intensive industries. High value added industry like chemical and biomedical manufacturing have replaced industries like law and electronics assembly manufacturing. Thank you.